In these 20 slokas of Bhakti Yoga, we must actually understand the pure devotion and establish in one of these upasanas, Saguna Upasana, Nirguna Upasana. But you must utilize all the different techniques which helps you to keep the mind under control, senses under control. So for that, what is the path? Very simple example. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa told is one must completely involved, deeply involved into that devotion and feel the happiness, complete happiness in the God's consciousness. Then only we can establish yourself. If you do not experience that happiness, then you feel only for the sake of praying, or for inside some fear is there. That is why some people pray. But that is not bhakti. That is only bhaya or fear. That's it. So bhakti is not fear. When you have the bhakti, the pure bhakti, you will not have the fear. So when bhakti is there, the fear will not be there in us. So what is the test? When you whether you have a pure bhakti or not, how to test it? Only way is whether you have a fear or not. If there is a fear, the bhakti is not still established. So it's why improve your bhakti, your devotion, so that fear will disappear. If bhakti is increased, and bhaya will go away. So those two cannot exist in one place. That way. Okay? So that means fear must go. That is why Vivekananda says, fear is death. Fearlessness is the key. That is an indication for the life. But that is the indication for the devotion, bhakti. So that's why you establish in that. So in the next sloka, 90 sloka, adachittam samadhatum
adachittam samadhatum
nasaknoshi mayistiram
nasaknoshi mayistiram
abhyasayogena tato
abhyasayogena tato
mamichyaptam dhananjaya
mamichantam dhananjaya.
Oh, Dhananjaya, you here he's giving the alternative. If you're unable to keep your mind on me, on the Paramatma, then you start Abhyasa Yoga. Abhyasa Yoga. You start the Abhyasa Yoga so that you can make mind controlled. Chittanutti Nirodha will happen. That is what this sloka says. If you are unable to keep the mind onto the God, so what you have to do? Do the Abhyasa Yoga. So then here, so what is that Abhyasa Yoga? Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, or all these path you follow. And then you do the Abhyasa completely. Then make the mind and senses under control so that you can keep the mind and focus on the Paramatma. That's what Abhyasa Yoga you can practice. Next sloka, 10th sloka, it says, Abhyasepya samardhosi
Abhyasenepya samadhosi
matkarma paramo bhava
matkarma paramo bhava
madardhamapi karmani
madardhamapi karmani
kurvan siddhimavapyasi.
kurvan siddhimavapyasi.
So if you are unable to do this Abhyasa Yoga also, what to do? What is alternative? For that also he is given alternative. Even if you are not able to do this one, asamadhosi ante abhyasepyam samadhosi means if you are unable to do it. So and then matkarmo paramo bhava.
Karmo paramo bhava.
You do godly works. They do the karma yoga. That means the karma yoga. The first one is Abhyasa Yoga, means Raja Yoga. Okay, you do the Raja Yoga. If you are unable to do Raja Yoga, you do the Karma Yoga. You do the Seva. Let's see what he says is, you do selfless service or Karma Yoga. He says, or godly works, some godly works, that way. Okay. So that you can get attain the moksha. So Jivan Mukti, with this body, if you want to get liberated, these are the paths given by Lord Sri Krishna. Okay, first one in the 9th sloka, he has given the path of self control, the control of mind, psychic control. That's Raja Yoga, and that's Abhyasa Yoga. Second, in the 10th sloka is given Karma Yoga. Then, if you are unable to do Karma Yoga, also what to do next? तदैदा अधैदातप्यसक्तोषि
अदैदातप्तसप्योऽसि
कर्तुम् मद्योगमाश्रितः
कर्तुम् मद्योगमाश्रितः
सर्वकर्मफलत्यागम्
सर्वकर्मफलत्यागम्
ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्.
ततः कुरु यतात्मवान्.
So if you are unable to do Karma Yoga also, if you do not have any option, like for example, some people say, what I can do, what service I can do. People say, right? Some people. In this example, we can see people who do not have the energy to do it, or who are unable to go out from the house, or some old age people. These kind of people, what is the path for them? Yes, sir. So and then here, what to do? What to do? What to do? Whatever you are doing, continue doing it, but keep your mind, keep your mind under condition. You establish it with some values, and then remove give up all the karma phalas. That means give up all the fruits of the your work, so that you can establish, or you can attain the moksha also through this route. Karma phala tyaga. It says karma phala tyaga. This is also related to karma yoga only. So whatever, even little works you are doing, whatever little work, just do the give up the karma phala tyaga. Do not take any tension. Whatever is happening is for good, so it is for God only. Whatever I am doing it for God. So that is it. Whatever results comes, this is for good. So that's it. That's why you decide a karma phala tyaga. Whatever results comes, okay, all these results only for the purpose of God only. It's not further. That way you do the karma phala tyaga. So this is very important aspect he is explaining in 12th sloka. We always must underline this 12th sloka every day. We must remember. श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात्
श्रेयो हि ज्ञानमभ्यासात्
ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते
ज्ञानाध्यानं विशिष्यते
ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागः
ध्यानात् कर्मफलत्यागः
त्यागात् शान्तिरनन्तरम्
त्यागाश्चान्तिरनन्तरम्.
So now he is explaining which one is best. Without any knowledge, just you are doing some karmas is not much, but the best is the jnana. Jnana is better than the doing some works without any jnana, without any knowledge. So dhyana, the meditation is much better than jnana. Even if you have some theoretical knowledge, what is the use? So that's why dhyana is much better than the jnana. But is there any higher than the meditation? Yes, there is one higher than the meditation. Karma phala tyaga is higher than the meditation. When you are giving up the fruits of the karma, so that is the highest position. That means when you give up the fruits of the karma, tyaga chantir anantaram. So that means once you give up all the fruits of karma, you do not have any tension, fear, no emotional imbalance. All the tyaga chantir anantaram, you get complete established in peace, the peace of mind. So once you established on the peace of mind, then your mind is focused. So very my mind when very pure. The pure mind can attain God. Today we celebrate Dhanatrayadashi, Dhanatrayadashi, and do the Lakshmi Puja. What that means? What that means? When you are establishing the purity of the mind and the cleaning up all this, physical cleaning, whatever all the houses they do, we do all this thing is when Lakshmi is establishes, when there is a cleanliness. Similarly, God is established, those minds are pure. So that is why this indicates that when you are actually purifying, it's only a just indication. Like just when you are purifying all the cleanliness, making sure that okay, God is coming to my house, and then you are bringing the Lakshmi to your house. So it's not cleanliness, Lakshmi. That way, Alakshya, Alakshmi. That says, Alakshmi means negligence. Negligence. So negligence should not be there. Uncleanness is negligence. So that's why an impure mind is not eligible to retain the God within the mind. So that's why the pure minds only can establish in God. The pure minds can only do the dhyana and get the moksha. So that's why that pure mind comes only through karma phala tyaga. Through dhyana, finally, ultimately, you have to give up the fruits of the karma. Okay, so that's why I learned these important techniques to give up all the fruits of karma. Be happy, work for the God. Let us celebrate this 34th annual day of Manavata and establish in the selfless service. Selfless service, giving up all the fruits of karma to God. Okay, and wish you all very happy Manavata Day. And thank you for doing all the good works. Keep up all the selfless work. And wish you all the volunteers and all the sadhakas. May you all attain health, happiness, and harmony to you and all your family members. May God bless you. Jai Sri Ram. Swami
Jai
Saranam.
Shri Ram. Okay, thank you, Srinivas Garu. Thank you. Happy Manavata Day. Happy birthday once
Happy Manavata. Thank you.
again.
ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे भक्तियोगो नाम अदद्वादशोऽध्यायः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धु च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्यां द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देवदेव। Meditation for 2 minutes. Twameva Mama Deva Deva. Be aware that the whole universe is filled with God. God is everything. Meditate with the reality, the universal consciousness. Oh. वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम् ॐ श्री शान्ति शान्तिः लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु कायेन वाचा नारायणे संप्र ओम तत्सत् सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु ईश्वर प्रणाम थैंक यू
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Shridharu.
हैप्पी
Happy birthday.
थैंक यू Manavata Day to you all and keep up the good work. God bless.
Thank you.
Keep up sadhana seva vadya.